Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Obierika in the building, and you're welcome back to another episode of Vlogmas. And in today's video, we'll be reviewing an amazing 9/10 Nollywood movie, Fine Wine. Honestly, that has to be the best Nollywood movie I have seen like in the past 6 months. Like besides the likes of Rattlesnake, what other Nigerian movie really? Omogeto Saga, what other movie? I didn't really like Neka the Pretty Serpent. So this one really stood out for me because it was a romantic movie, and Nigerian romantic movies usually just follow a particular trend. Anyway, in this video I'm talking about what I liked about the movie, what I think they should have done better, and I will be talking about the cast as well. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Guys, this particular movie, for the production crew, obviously I don't have it off the top of my head. I literally just googled it a few minutes before this video because I really liked what they did. So this movie was directed by Sheyi Babatokwe. I don't even know who the guy is. Like I thought I knew movie producers and directors in Nollywood, but apparently there are a whole lot of them that do amazing work. It was produced by Neville Sajere, hope I got that right, and Patrick Uzo. I know Patrick Uzo. I think I've seen another movie of his, but I can't remember that one right now. And it was written by Temitope Akimbode and Diche Inuwa. So these are the people that directed and produced the movie. Now let's go to the cast of the movie, my favorite part. Now the person that blew my mind was Egonwosu. Like, I've never seen her act before. Like, that was the first, this is the first movie rather I'm seeing her act in, and she delivered it brilliantly. And when I googled about her, they said she's one of the fastest rising actresses in Nollywood, and why not? Why not? We'll get into that shortly. Another person that made me, in fact the major reason I watched this particular movie was because of Richard Mofe-Damijo. RMD is my guy. Like, RMD be giving me sugar daddy sweet boy vibes all the damn time, always looking like a snack, kills his role always. Like, he just has this aura around him. I can't even explain it. Like, RMD is an amazing actor, and he has been acting for how many decades, and he keeps giving us hot. Another person that made the movie quite interesting, I mean she was supposed to be like the villain, was Nse Ikpe Etim. She's a fave from this movie that she acted with Joseph Benjamin. I can't remember right now. They were married and she was a housewife when she was supposed to have been practicing as a lawyer. I always knew that she was an excellent actress, and she also killed her role as Ame in this movie as well. Also, we have Zainab Balogun. Zainab Balogun is an actress that I like because she's really classy, you know. She's simple, but she's sophisticated. She's acted Royal Hibiscus Hotel. She acted God Calling. God Calling has to be my favorite movie of her because she acted in a role that I had never seen, and she delivered it quite effortlessly. Another person that acted in this movie was Ademola Adedoyin. Ademola Adedoyin also acted in this YouTube series Assistant Madam season 2, and he was the boyfriend to one of the girls. What's her name again? Amira. If you haven't seen Assistant Madam season 2, I think you should see it. Season 1 to me was not really amazing, but season 2 was good as well. And also we have Kepi Ekpeyong. Kepi Ekpeyong really did a good job. He was Richard Mofe-Damijo's best friend, and I think he delivered his role excellently. We had extras like Belinda Effa, who was the lead actress's best friend. So now let's go into the movie proper. Now this movie is simply about an older man, Richard Mofe-Damijo, who was age 55, who had accomplished every single thing you could think of accomplishing in life. He had all the money, he was on Forbes list, he was Africa's top 100 African most influential men, all of that. He had everything, but he was alone. His wife, Nse Ikpe Etim, had left him after 10 years of marriage because she felt he wasn't rich enough at the time, and she moved on to a supposed richer man. And his kids, one was abroad. Okay, I forgot to add, Bad Adibule was also in this movie for like 2 scenes. Bad Adibule was Richard Mofe-Damijo's son, and Zainab Balogun was his daughter. So now in this movie, Richard Mofe-Damijo was just basically working, hanging out with his best friend Akin, who is Kepi Ekpeyong, and just literally just trying to enjoy his life. He had accomplished everything, but you could see that there was, you know, something missing here and there. So Egonwosu is a youth copper. That's the main the lead actress. I'll put her picture. Obviously I would have put their pictures already, but as I'm talking about them, I'll leave their pictures on the side. So Egonwosu whose name is Kaima in the movie, is a youth corper serving in a bank. She's just trying to get her life together, trying to see if she can get a job after youth service in the bank. And she's also dating a senior account officer in the bank, who is Ademola Adedoyin, whose name in this movie is Tunji, her boyfriend of 8 months. Now, Tunji neglects. If there was a bigger word for neglect, Tunji neglected and neglects Kaima. There was a scene where Kaima was in the salon waiting for Tunji to pick her up, and Tunji never came. She called and called and called and called and called. Tunji never picked up. And when she confronts Tunji, Tunji says, oh, he forgot, he slept off, he just woke up. You know all those stories that people tell when they actually didn't want to do something and all of that. So their relationship was sort of weird. Like, it was like she was forcing herself to be with Tunji because Tunji didn't seem like he really wanted her and all of that. So she goes out on a date with Tunji. Tunji asks her to wait for him somewhere at a very expensive restaurant that she can't afford. I mean, she's a U-copper. And then she's been waiting for hours, I think about an hour or so. And then she calls Tunji that, oh, this restaurant that you have me waiting is too expensive. I can't even order anything. And then he's like, don't worry, wait for me, I'm coming. So Mr. George approaches her thinking that she's the reporter he's supposed to be meeting for lunch, and she's very rude to him because she thinks like he's like a sugar daddy trying to, like, you know, toast her and all of that. And then she's not even having it, she's having a bad day, and she talks to him anyhow. And then he apologizes and he leaves, only for her to find out that he's one of their top customers. And Tunji chose that restaurant because he wanted to give him some papers to sign for a 200 million naira loan. Wow! When Tunji finds out that she actually was rude to Mr. George, he tells her that she has to fix it, if not they could lose their account. So she has to find a way to go and apologize and make things right with Mr. George. That is Richard Mofe Damager. So she takes a bottle of wine, goes to his office, tries to appease him, and he's on his way out to lunch. You know, that's where things start. You usually have good conversation over food. So he takes her to this really classy restaurant for lunch. She's shy. I mean, it's not really her thing. It's a pricey place, and she's just, you know, trying. And then he's asking her questions. Oh, what do you do? Are you serving? Would they retain you? And then she says he's never retained anybody in 20 years. And then he says to her, hey, God, when you're big, you're big. He says to her, never say never. Miracles happen. Anyway, she sorts it out, and then she leaves. Gets back to the office, lets Tunji know that, okay, she's done this. Tunji now says, okay, he really wants to take her out to, you know, celebrate with, said they should go out on a date and all of that. And as always, Tunji never shows up. Tunji, I don't remember if he forgets or he has something else to do with his time. But Tunji is literally not present in this, their supposed relationship, because they never go out, they're never talking on the phone, nothing is ever happening. So yeah, so fast forward to a couple of weeks after, she's done with NYC, and boom, she's retained. She doesn't understand what happened. Everybody is shocked. Even her boyfriend is shocked because they never retain anybody. Turns out that Mr. George used his influence as their best customer to get her the retainership, and that's how she became a banker, like a fully fledged banker. And Tunji used to talk down on her, work really condescending, like he felt like he was bigger than her. I mean, he was a senior account officer and blah 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 blah, all in the name of, oh, he did not want people to think that they were dating since she was a copper. And then she said to him one day, I'm no longer a copper, but you still talk to me in a really condescending manner. Why do you do this thing? Anyway, so apparently Tunji is the main account officer for Mr. George, and he makes an error in the offer letter. He puts 20 million as opposed to 200 million, and Mr. George has already signed. He's giving an ultimatum of 1 day to get that sorted. Obviously, he might lose his job. So he goes to beg Kaima, Kaima, please help me, help me, help me. And Kaima, being the good girl that she is, Kaima goes to help him. Calls Mr. George, they fix an appointment. She goes to give Mr. George the letter to sign. Turns out that Mr. George is sick. Wow. So Mr. George is not feeling fine when Kaima goes to give him the document, and then she offers to make her mom's special pepper soup. That is how Kaima made pepper soup for Mr. George. The daughter ate it. The daughter falls in love with Kaima. Mr. George is falling in love with Kaima. Long story short, Kaima and Mr. George start to hang out more often. You know, he cooks for her, they go wine tasting, they go out for like a celebrity hangout, you know, all of that. He's even commenting on her Instagram pictures, and his daughter is so welcoming. Like, I really love that it wasn't the regular Nigerian vibe where the children will be giving you, oh, you're way younger than me and you want to milk my father for his money. The daughter was like, please eat my father's money. Everybody deserves to be happy. Like, if he likes you, you like him, enjoy yourself. And the daughter now changes the way her dad's name is stored on Kaima's phone to Sheye from Mr. George. Sheye is his language name and the name that close people call him. So Tunji starts to get jealous. Tunji that is never present. Tunji that always has an excuse for every time they need to go out. Tunji that forgets about his girlfriend. Tunji that rarely does anything for Kaima in that relationship. Suddenly starts to get jealous. Says, oh, why is Mr. George always calling you? Why did you have to go to his house? Why this? Why da? Why is his number saved that share on your phone? What? And all of that. And then she tries to explain to him that nothing is actually going on. And then he's like, that she should just be careful. Oh. He doesn't want anybody to, you know, hurt her. All these older men can be funny and all of that. And she asked him, are you jealous? He's like, no, he's just trying to look out for her and all of that. So Kaima's birthday is on Saturday. Mr. George has been planning for this birthday for weeks. And then he calls and he says, oh, Kaima, your birthday is on Saturday. What do you want me to get you for your birthday? And she's moved because, I mean, she literally just met this guy a couple of weeks ago and he still remembers her birthday. While her boyfriend has totally forgotten about her birthday because she asks Tunji, hi, what are you doing on Saturday now? And he's like, oh, he doesn't know. Maybe the boys might call him, might go and hang out, blah, 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 blah. Baba had forgotten about his baby's birthday and everything. So she's like, okay. So she tells Mr. George that, oh, her day is free. And they go on a boat ride, on a yacht. Everything is really cool. Have grapes, dinner. Oh, my God. She has an amazing, I think she was 25th birthday. And it was really, really, really beautiful. Only for her to get home. And then there's this surprise. She opens the door and everybody's like, surprise! And she sees her boyfriend and she's like, ah, but baby, you said you're not going to be around. He was like, eh, well. And then he kneels down, he proposes. In her head, Tunji had turned a new leaf. Tunji had remembered her birthday and planned that birthday party to make her happy. So I guess that's why she agreed to marry him. And then she said yes. Turns out that Mr. George finds out that she had a boyfriend. She tell him, so they stop talking. There are videos of them on the yacht and pictures gets leaked on social media. Tunji is angry. Ame, the ex-wife of Richard Mfedamjo, calls Kaima to warn her to stop gold digging her supposed husband that she left over 20 years ago. And Richard Mfedamjo cuts her off because, I mean, you can't be speaking to my baby girl like that. So he cuts her off, tries to fix things with Kaima, but she's not picking his calls. So Tunji is really angry, doesn't want to talk to Kaima anymore, says he's done and all of that. So the mom calls Tunji to their house, tries to beg Tunji that please, Kaima is sorry. Kaima was like, honestly, nothing happened between them, but she overstepped. She should have been more careful, but nothing really happened between them. And then Tunji just started finding anything that they were doing, he would find a way to throw it in, that like throw shades at her about the Mr. George thing. So they go out on a date with her best friend and her husband. And then they're taking wine, and then Tunji asks her, oh, is the wine nice? And she's like, oh, yes. But then if they had added this, it would have been nicer. And then he's like, when did you become an excellent wine taster? And then she's like, no, you don't have to be a wine taster to know good wine. That she just feels like there's something he was missing. And you know, from spending time with Mr. George, she got to taste a lot of exotic wines because the name of the movie, Fine Wine, is also the name of Mr. George's brand, which is Fine Wine. Okay? So Tunji now goes, oh, because you've been spending time with Mr. George, you think that you're not a big girl, you know all the classy things. You are nothing. You are rubbish. All of that talks down on her. And then she drops her wine glass, and then she gives him a piece of her mind, and her friend apparently is recording, and she tells him that even if Mr. George won't take her back, she would never marry Tunji. Like, she would never settle. That Mr. George has shown her what a gentleman was. He was intentional. He cared for her. He remembered her. She said to him, it's like, in this our relationship, I was just a figurehead. Like, you didn't care about me, nothing. You are not a gentleman. You didn't treat me right. You talked to me condescendingly. You literally didn't love me. So forget that this man is 55 years old. I would choose him anytime, any day. Because in looks, he beats you. In being intentional, he beats you. In being romantic, he beats you. Like, he knows how to take care of a woman. And then she pulls off the ring. And then she throws it at him. And then she tells the waiter, this is the part that sweets my belly. She now orders for one exotic wine. Because she cannot be drinking that cheap white wine that Tunji had bought. Okay? Okay. So guys, very quickly, there was something I forgot to interject here. You remember that surprise birthday party that Tunji supposedly threw Kaima? It was all a hoax. Her sister threw the surprise party, reached out to Tunji to, ask him his contribution towards the party and Kaima's birthday. And it turns out Tunji had forgotten. Tunji only proposed to her so that she would leave, Mr. George would leave her alone, and Kaima would feel like, oh, Tunji always had her in mind all along. This gender will shame you. So she leaves, and then she goes out with her best friend, and turns out that her best friend had sent the video that she recorded to the daughter, because the daughter really liked their relationship. The daughter shows Richard Mfedamjo, and then he comes to look for her. This is my best part. I'll try and play a clip. I don't know if they would flag it as copyright, but we'll try and play a clip. And then she says to him, ask me what I want for my birthday again, because remember he had been asking her what she wanted for her birthday.
Ask me again what I want for my birthday.
What do you want for your birthday? Glory!
And guys, she said, I want you for my birthday. And then they hugged and they all lived happily ever after. So that is the plot of the story. Now, this movie was really, I don't know, it really spoke to my reality. So maybe that's why I really like it. But what I want to say is that Ego wants to kill this role. Like, she wasn't acting like all those, obviously she was supposed to act naive, but she didn't do it excessively. It flowed naturally. Like, you could tell that she understood the role and she was living the role. Like, she did it effortlessly. Richard Mofe-Damijo killed it as well. Like, he was so soft-spoken, so calm, you know, just giving the aura of a good person, a good father, a good husband. But obviously his wife was a bad person, that's why she left him. Like, just a really good person that wants to just see people happy. He wasn't the kind of person that wanted to give to get. He just wanted to put smiles on people's faces. And another character that I really loved was Akin, his best friend, Kepi Epeyong. He put a lot of humor into the movie because it was just love, 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 love. Whenever his part comes on, I would literally roll on the floor with laughter because he was a clown. So I really like that they infused a bit of, you know, a humor into the movie aside from the love, 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 love thing. In my opinion, I did see the use of Belinda Effa, that her best friend. She was of no use to me in the movie, but then, what do I know? And I also like how Zainab Balogun delivered her role really well. She was a different kind of daughter. And yeah, like I said, she's classy. It was like she was just drinking water, acting that role. She did a good job. I also don't see the point for Bad Adibule because he only appeared once on video call. And we heard his voice on the phone when he was checking in on his dad when he was ill. Anyway, I will give Fine Wine a 9 over 10. It was good costume, good makeup. The lighting was amazing. The camera angles, beautiful. I loved it. I loved the script. I think that this was a beautiful movie and that you should go watch it. Fine Wine is showing on Netflix. It is a Nevada Bridge production movie. Check it out and let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.